Well, I'm out here at 65th Regiment Infantry Park. Now this is in Buenaventura Lakes out here in Kissimmee. And there's a couple ponds here, this pond here, and then there's one over on the old golf course. Now this is a park that is dedicated to a Puerto Rican infantry unit that fought in World War I up to the Korean War. Didn't really get a lot of recognition, but this park is dedicated to them. Now it's got a disc golf course here, and it used to be an old golf course, but the golf course is long gone. So I'm out here. The water's got this weird little kind of grayish tinge to it. I'm gonna see if I can't catch anything. Back on, boots on the ground, no more kayak, not today. It's calm right now, but the next hour or two, it's going to get really, really windy. I'm talking 10 to 15 mile an hour gusts. So there's no way that I think I could possibly be out in that kayak and fish it the way I want to. So back to boots on the ground and out on these ponds. So let's see if I catch anything today. Hopefully I catch something. The only issue I have with parks like this is they tend to get fished pretty hard by the locals, and even though you can fish them and they have some big grass carp in here, other than that specific fish, most of the fish in here people will pull out and eat, which I don't recommend that you do, but it is what it is. Let's give this other side over here a shot. There's a little more of an edge here. I'm going to kind of stay back on the side. The people's backyards are right there, but this is still part of the park, so. Not one of those fishermen that likes to. I know there's a lot of guys out there who will fish pretty much anywhere. No hop fences and all that stuff. I prefer to just do public land. Stay kind of out of trouble, because if I want people to get into fishing here in Florida, especially if you want to get used to it or get into it or come down here and check it out, I don't need to be encouraging you guys to get tickets or trespass warnings. So I'm totally fine with just staying on public land. It's either a stick or a fish. Oh man, got excited over nothing. What's this? Garbage. Alright, well, we'll do a quick release over here. Oh, I got one. Huh. Started pulling, I thought I snagged again. It's not very big, so I'm going to swing him up here right now. But I got one. There you go. All the snags I've had, I was like, oh, probably another snag. And I pulled it up, and it looked like it was on a stick again, or a bag or something. But it's we got a little bass here. Now he's really light in color, and that's going to be indicative of the fact that the water is really dingy, and he's cold, so let's get him back in there so he can be warm. So just like any standard pond fishing, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work real close to this shoreline, because there's not a lot of structure, and I'm going to kind of fan cast out a little bit, and usually most of these fish are going to be patrolling along the sides of the shore if they're hunting, and they'll usually be anywhere between 10 to 20 feet out. So that's where I'm going to make my casts. I'm going to work my way back down the shoreline, just like this. I'm going to keep parallel to the shore. And it's the easiest way to fish these types of ponds. Unless you find some structure or something that's on the pond, then obviously fish that. But we're looking at this, I don't see much. There's a couple little inlets back here, but there's no fish activity there. And we got some overhangs up here, which I think I can get to. So I'm out on the disc course now, and there's a pond over here, and this used to be a golf course. And obviously the golf course didn't make it, it fell through. And because these people that used to live here, there's a lot of older houses here, because they had paid to live on a golf course, the community decided, we really don't want it to feel kind of shafted, so they built a disc golf course back here. It's actually a really nice one. This pond is not looking super promising right now, but you never know, so we'll give it a toss and let's see what comes out of here. Big old turtle. Alright, so I'm going to try the spot down by this tee box down here. And if this doesn't work out, I do want to catch some fish today. I do have some time. It's early enough. I didn't spend a lot of time, trying to figure out what these fish are doing on these ponds, because I was highly skeptical if there's anything here. Doesn't seem like there's anything in this pond, but I got to try down here first. And then I think I'm going to run to Southport Community Park, which I have a video from there about a year ago at the same time. Windy, it was kind of cold, but I caught a nice 3-pounder and one that was around 2. So it's full of bass. So I know if I go there, I have a good chance of catching something. And conditions, I think, are a little bit better today than they were when I was out there. So I'm going to try this right here in this area, give it a shot, see if anything pops up. If not, after about 5-10 minutes, I'm going to head down to Southport Community Park and see how that place is doing a year, since I haven't been there about a year. Something just jumped right there. Don't know what it was. Could have been a tilapia, bass. Could have just been a turtle freaking out too. So I'm not overly impressed with the 2 ponds that I've just fished. I mean, but I had to try them. I found them on Google Maps. I've seen this place on the map before, so I had to try it. Something did bust back there. I'm pretty sure it's probably tilapia. If anything, there's tilapia in here for sure, but no bass. So I'm gonna make the hop over to the airport and fish the Southport Community Pond there, which you won't see it on the map unless you have the Earth view up, but I've been there before. I have a previous video to that. I'll link it in the description if you want to watch that, but I've got one nice 3-pounder there. So there are some big fish in there, but there's a lot of little fish too. But I'm just looking to catch anything right now. So I'm gonna hop up there. It is currently 9:24. It'll probably take me about 20-ish minutes to get up there. And then I'll try it for an hour or 2 and then I'll call it a day. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here and fish the fountain area, which is where I caught those 2 big fish last time I was here, but that was a year ago. That wind I was talking about earlier has picked up. We're getting constant 9 to 10 mile an hour gusts now, which will obscure the surface a little bit, which is fine. I was kind of hoping to hold off just a hair to a little bit later, just so I could see if, maybe these fish are on beds or something. Well, let's get up here. We're gonna fish the fountain and see if we can't catch anything. I know there's fish in here, so I'd be shocked if they weren't feeding or biting at all. My first bass right here in front of me is about 5 inches long, but right here is where I caught those big ones. Might have to fish this slow. Also thinking about putting a fluke on again, because that's what I caught them on last time instead of this little jerk bait. First fish. It's a good one. swing him up over these weeds here. All right. I think this is probably the one I saw earlier that chased the crankbait in. All right, there we go. So not a bad fish. They are cold though. So I made the mistake of leaving my coat in my car, which when I got here it was warm, and now it's gotten chilly because the sun went behind some clouds. So I was gonna put on a fluke, but I decided let me go with a kayak swim bait and just do a real slow presentation with it. And this water is just so clear. There's a little, it's a bass or no, it looks like a little bluegill right there. Oh, that's a big fish right there. I wonder if they're in a nest. It looks like a nest. I want to say that's a nest. Okay, there she is. I don't know what she is. She sees me. I could be messing with the tilapia right now. I have no idea. I can't really tell. There are two of them there? There's two. I think there's one off to the right. Yeah, there's two. Okay, so that's definitely a nest. Use this lizard here because it's got some chartreuse on it. It's dark and I can see it, but it should look pretty annoying to these fish if I get it in the right spot. Doesn't nose down on it yet. She's backing away. Looking at it, he hasn't nosed down to remove it yet though. And I've got it right in the middle, slowly creeping up on it. Alright, try this one more time. I think I need it to fall further out, come right down on top of her, almost. All right. She's gonna get it. She's nose down on it. So much wind I can't tell if she's got it or not though. She's nose down on it. She's looking at it again. Got her. I just had to bump it 2 or 3 times. That's a decent fish. So there we go. That's a 3-pounder. Nah, it's probably 2.5, close to 3. Pretty fish. I want to get back in there as quick as possible. Beautiful fish. Get her back in there. There's a big. Oh my gosh, there's a bigger one. Get as close to this as possible. There's a bigger one in there with it. That was probably the male. It's probably a 4 or 5 pound female in there with him. I thought that was the female. So anytime you do this, I've done this a lot growing up too. Just make sure that you get the fish back in the water pretty quickly. Also, make sure that you take care not to hurt the fish. Release them as fast as possible. There's not a lot of predatory little bait or sunfish and stuff in here, so I'm not as worried as it would be in other lakes and stuff, but just make sure you take care of the fish, all right? These fish are spawning, and it's the future of this pond, so just make sure you take care of them. Get them back in the water, handle them with care. I know I gave them a little toss, but I don't want to let them here. I want to get them as close to the nest as possible. I got a big one on. No, I don't. I had the camera off, this guy grabbed it like a truck. So this is not a spawning fish, probably. Freaked out for a second because I was just letting the Senko drop, and next thing I know, boom, he took off with it. He hit it hard too, so I thought he was 5-6 pound fish. Got another little guy on right here off this culvert. I mean, all these fish are bigger than the ones I've caught before, which is great. Tells me the pond is healthy, these fish are growing. It's been about a year. Really wish I had caught that big female though. Gosh, she's probably 5 or 6 pounds. She's way bigger than I originally thought. This guy hooked himself perfectly. All right, so another little healthy fish out of this park pond here. Oh, what is this? What is this? What the heck is this? What the freak? Cichlid? Recording, do you guys see this? What is this? Is this a cichlid? I don't want to stick my finger in its mouth. What is this? It's got teeth. It's a weird looking fish. I don't think it's tilapia. Maybe it is. Come on, bud. I'm always kind of wary about grabbing fish I don't know anything about, and they always freak me out. So I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a cichlid? I don't know. If you know what this is, let me know in the comments. And he smashed that, right? That's the first kind of fish, or whatever that was, I've ever caught. Thinking it might have been a cichlid. I'm not. How many times can I say cichlid? I let my Senko drop down into this pipe here, and before it even hit bottom, before I could even have a chance to do a little pop it a little bit, that fish smashed it. I'll have to go home and research what that is. I'm not really sure, but if you know, drop a comment in and let me know, because I want to know. It's a cool looking fish, but I've never caught one like that before. Well, the weather's starting to get really shoddy out here, and I think it's going to start raining here. So I'm going to go ahead and fish around the pond here. If I catch anything else, I'll put it in the video if it's worth noting. Sorry for the wind if you're getting wind in the camera. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Looks like some of these fish are out on spawn, so that's a good sign if you're down at this park. Obviously there's some fish to be caught, and some strange ones too. So actually it's going to start raining right now, so I got to make my way back to the car before I get caught in this crap. So like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I got to get out of here before it rains.